Hey everyone, Doug Greathouse here. And before we get into this great interview with an amazing entrepreneur on Entrepreneur Journey, just want to let you know that the Entrepreneur Journey is now available as a podcast. So you can go to Apple Music or to Spotify and subscribe. And we'd also appreciate a review if you would leave us a review there as well. Hello, Trailblazers, and welcome to another Entrepreneur Journey. Today I have Don Stratton, the Don of Sales, with me. How are you today, Don?
I am doing quite well. How about yourself?
I am doing amazingly well. So I'm glad to have you on the show. And you did a training for us in Entrepreneur Journey, and that was really, really good stuff. So I wanted to ask you a few questions, first of all, just to get to know you a little bit better.
Yeah.
Given that you're the Dawn of Sales, what is your favorite movie about the mafia or gangsters in general?
Oh, well, that's got to be Scarface.
Oh, you know, I thought you were going to say The Godfather because I thought that was like the classic, the mafia movie, but that's not it for me either. I like Goodfellas.
There you go. That's a good one too.
Yeah, Robert De Niro killed it in that movie. So
yes, he's good.
Yeah. Okay, so do you prefer chess or checkers?
Chess.
Yeah, me too. There's a lot more strategy and intellect involved in chess. So.
Yep.
Nice.
Yep. Anything that can exercise the mind, I'm into.
Nice. So, if you could only pick one, which would you take if offered to you and all the expenses are covered? A trip to outer space or 10-week-long trip to any any destinations on Earth?
Oh, for me, it'd have to be on Earth. Someplace on Earth, probably Costa Rica or the Maldives or something like that. I I have a bit of a claustrophobia, so being up in space and knowing that I can't get out to someplace else, I'm afraid would probably eat at me.
I think I'm the same way because once you get there, you're there, and there's like, okay, what do I do now?
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot more psychologically that goes into that kind of trip than most people think.
Yeah. I mean, you could get back and say I've been to space, and not many people could say that. But at the same time, I'd rather do something where it's kind of like I feel like it would just be kind of a letdown once you got there. I mean, yeah, it's grand and great, but once you get there, it's like, okay.
Right. I can create more memories with the people here.
Exactly. So if an actor was to play you in a movie, who would that be?
Oh, Liam Neeson.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I could see that for sure.
Yeah, I've already been told that my presence is similar to his in some situations. So I like what he does. He's very versatile in the parts he can play, and I see myself as a fairly complex person. So yeah, I think it'd be a good fit.
Nice. All right, so now just some questions about your entrepreneur journey.
Yeah.
When did you know you wanted to be an entrepreneur?
Oh, when I was about 12.
Nice.
I started off in a very young age repairing bicycle tires when I was in middle school, just to make extra money for the 4th of July because I wanted to blow stuff up.
Nice.
So after that, I got into magic and I started presenting, and I was doing magic shows all through high school for kids' birthdays and things of that nature. So yeah, I've kind of been entrepreneurial most of my life.
That is super cool. So what drove you to want to learn to do magic?
I think it's just the mystery of it. I mean, as a young man, I grew up out in the country. We had 4 channels on the television. Mm-hmm. I wasn't one of those kids that had the computer and all the video games. So my imagination was my world growing up. I had 15 acres of trees and some chickens. That was my world.
Nice.
And so the ability to influence somebody else's mind and to bring wonder to somebody who hasn't seen it or who doesn't understand it was just fun.
That is cool. Was there ever a time when it was now or never moment in your journey? Meaning if you need to happen in your business or you're going to quit, can you talk about that a little bit?
Well, it wasn't more the business side of things, but it's how I got started in sales in the first place was one of those times. I drove a truck over the road for almost 8 years. I was a semi driver.
Wow.
And my wife told me, you know what, that's enough. You got to come home. The kids are getting older. I need help. So I got a job working at Walmart because I don't have any other skills, and I didn't know what else to do. And I was so frustrated with it that I'm done. I told my wife, I've got to get out of this. I can't keep doing this every day. Well, I had my resume, there you go, up on Indeed, and I kept getting calls from these people that were looking for sales representatives, but they wouldn't tell me right out that this is sales. This is a product demonstration job. Well, I know better. And after 3 months of her calling me, Nikki was her name, calling me every month, trying to talk me into this, and me just dying to get the hell out of Walmart.
Mm-hmm.
I finally told him, like, look, if you'll just admit to me that this is sales, I'll take the dang job. I've got to do something different now. What do I got to do? And that's what got me started in technically working for myself, because I became a 1099 employee for that place as a door-to-door salesman. And that gave me my first taste of being my own boss in a more worldly manner than what I had had. And I loved it.
Nice. And then you progressed to this level that you are now, and it was kind of like the door opened up and boom, you just started to flourish.
Yeah, it's just been a natural progression of things, really, between having good trainers and having them point me to good people to learn from, like, Zig Ziglar. I love damn near everything of his. He's the one that got me started on mindset and how to start thinking to increase not only my sales, but life in general. And all of that just led to, okay, well, if I can sell and I can do well here, why not do it online and give myself some more freedom? So in March of 2019, I transferred to closing full time. And next thing I know, I'm doing well there. And people are asking, how are you doing what you're doing? So I started teaching people how to sell. And that's what actually produced my coaching business in the first place.
Nice. Zig is one of my all-time favorites. I don't know, maybe I've read more books by Zig than anybody else.
Yeah.
We have a common interest in Zig Ziglar.
Yeah.
So
he's awesome.
That leads me to my next question. So starting your own business, how has that changed your life? In what ways?
Oh, well, I've learned a lot. It changed the way that I look at business in general now. I mean, even as a 1099 employee, you're still having somebody else direct you. There's still somebody else saying, here's the job I want you to do. You go do it. And so you do have to be independent. You've got to be able to run your own schedule, but you've still, quote unquote, got a boss. When you go to run your own business and you step away from that, you no longer have that. And you have to build the discipline quickly to be your own boss, because you still got a boss. You just need to make sure you're the boss and doing it right. That's probably one of the biggest failures and screw ups that I've had in my business career was, those first 2-3 months, I was just all over it and I was on top of it and I was killing it. And then money started coming in and things started going. So I started relaxing a little bit and I quit reaching out. Well, eventually everything starts to fall off. And now I'm in a spot where, hey, where did it all go? What happened? I didn't keep myself in line there. And I learned that lesson.
Yeah, I'm sure that is what a lot of entrepreneurs go through, is that it takes a different type of person to be an entrepreneur. You have to have self-discipline, self-drive in order to succeed. So congrats in that for you as well. So now some questions about your expertise. So I saw a video of yours that was called "Everything is Sales." Can you explain what you meant by that statement?
Oh, man. You've been selling since you were an infant. Everything in life is sales. If you're a parent, any parent will be able to relate to this. Even as an infant, within a week, a mother, a father who's paid attention, you can tell a difference in the type of cry. She's hungry. She's tired. She needs change. You know the sounds, because as humans, that's what we learn. If I do this, I get this. And that's sales. You don't have to teach a child to make that face to get what they want from grandpa. They just know how to do it. They learn. going out and finding a job, getting a date, everything about it, it's all sales. You are constantly selling yourself, whether it's to the coworker at work that you're a good guy and you're doing your job, or whether it's to your spouse every day that they should stay with you. At least if you've got a really good relationship, that's what you should be doing, because that's how you keep it strong and build. So everything is sales. And then more so, your relationship with money is all about sales as well. Money, your relationship with money is just like your relationship to a significant other. It really is. You know, we all know the more attached to somebody you are, the more they want to trail away from you. The more attached to bringing money in you are, the less you're going to have, the harder it's going to be to get. It goes both ways. Everything intertwines. It's all sales in some form. It's all communication, which is the root of sales.
Wow, I love hearing it in that perspective. It truly is all sales.
Yeah.
So I don't even know how many sales calls you've probably been on in your life, but what have you seen as the most common objection in sales?
Okay, so being I've been in sales for so long, we first have to differentiate between what most people call an objection, what a real objection is. All right, so most people call an excuse an objection. Not having the funds, wanting to talk to my wife, needing time to think about it, prove to me you're not a scam. All of these things are excuses that people use. Fear is the objection. Every time. I mean, that's just what it is. In the end, people want to do things. They want to grow. They want to build. We want to buy things. We want to have. We don't want to feel sold to, and we're scared to do something big that's outside of our comfort zone. So fear is the number one objection for anybody.
So sales is basically just helping people overcome their fears.
Yep, exactly right.
Nice. So what can someone do before they get on a sales call to help prep themselves to make sure that they close? I know there's things they can do on the call, but I'm sure there's things that you can prep yourself to make it better, make it more likely to get a close.
Yeah, always. Again, with me seeing all of life as sales, I think everything from your morning routine to what you eat for lunch to if and when you exercise, all of that pulls into how good you're going to be on your call. However, directly before every single call, there are two things that I do no matter what. And first and foremost, I take 5 minutes or so to just close my eyes, meditate a little bit, just let go of the last call or whatever's happened up to that point in the day, clear my mind so that I can be present right there with that person on that call. Second is something that Jordan Belfort talks about in The Way of the Wolf and his Straight Line Persuasion program, and that's state management and having a way that you can instantly put yourself into top form state on will at the second you want to. Trying to hold that level all day long will kill you. Don't do it. It's not good. That's how people get burnt out. But being able to let that go and pull yourself back into it before you get on the call, so you're at your peak performance right then and there with a clear mind, ready to be present with your prospect, you'll win more calls even over a salesman that knows all the techniques every time.
Yeah, I could definitely see that. Well, thank you, Don. This has been very informative, and I learned more about you. You and I are both Zig Ziglar fans, and I also learned this wasn't as part of the recording, but your wife is in the Air Force, and we definitely applaud her for that, and thank her for her service. So, yeah, thanks again. Have a great day.
Absolutely. You as well.